Hey, everyone, this is your DJ Brian Jew, and today is Thursday here in What's Poppin'. And guess what we're doing? We're in the studio, in the dungeon at the TBS building, again, to entertain you guys on the second day of Chuseok. I'm here for you. Yes, it's the second day of Chuseok, and actually, today's the actual day everybody's, with their families, eating all that good food and everything. But, of course, we don't have all that special holiday food here in the studio. I'm actually having work all day today. After this, I got to go straight to musical practice. Then I got a special performance today, Thursday that is. And I hope you guys are, just enjoying your holiday. I know a lot of you guys are probably sitting around, especially you guys out there, and just watching TV while your women friends are in the kitchen slaving over you guys, making you good food. You know what you should do? You should go in and help. I know traditionally in Korea, men just chill, play games, and women are in the kitchen and stuff like that. But let's change tradition a little bit. You can change things up. I know I'm pretty sure all your wives or girlfriends would like it if you got into the kitchen and helped them out a little bit. Maybe washing dishes, lay out some plates or whatnot. And that'll really make the family, vibe feel more family-like. Everybody putting in and helping out and just, being there for each other. Alrighty? And with that said, right now, I just want to make sure you guys are having a safe holiday as well, because that's very important. We want safety first above all, especially for those of you guys who were stuck in traffic yesterday. I know some of you guys might still be stuck in traffic, going down or coming back already to Seoul or back to your homes, of course. And speaking of safe, we're going to play a song called Safe and Sound for you guys. It's going to be the first song for you guys for today's show. And the song is by Capital Cities. And keep in mind, the word of the day is related. Check it out. This is Capital Cities with Safe and Sound. All right, welcome back to day 2 of Chuseok Special on What's Poppin' with Brian Jew. We're on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, and GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, how do you get in contact with us? It's pretty simple. All you got to do is send us a text to sharp or pound 1013, but you will be charged 51, or send us a tweet to at What's Poppin' or TBS What's Poppin', or send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com. And the easiest way, the free way, of course, is to send us a Kakao message on Kakao Talk if you add TBS EFM as a plus friend. Also, we want to remind you guys, if you want to join us for Open Studio that airs every Fridays, but we pre-record that on Wednesdays, which was yesterday, of course. You guys have to be here on Wednesdays at 10:45 to 10:50 a.m., and Eugene will get you situated. But if you want more information, please send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com. And also, like I said, please contact us. We love to hear from our listeners. We're a family-oriented program. Yes, we are. And now, with all that said, it's time for the word of the day. Well, the first song of the day was Safe and Sound by Capital Cities. And I wonder which capital cities they're from. Like it could be Washington, D.C., London, Seoul, Tokyo. But, actually, it's just a name. And a lot of bands do that, like the Beatles, the Kinks. Like, what's that even mean? It's just a name. So anyway, the word of the day, we're going to play it safe. We're going to, make it simple for you guys because it is a holiday. It's a day 2 of Chuseok holiday special. And today's word of the day is going to be safe. Look at that. Pretty simple. Yes, usually it's always hidden in the words of the lyrics or the storyline or the theme. But today, safe. We're playing it safe. Yes, we are. Now, if you think of the word, surprisingly, a lot of songs fit well with this. And I'm pretty sure Eugene's going to come up with a cool story line for me and Olivia to act on tomorrow for the, words of the week special, of course. And, there's a lot of variations for the word as well. So the next song, for instance, is by an artist named Carly Simon. And you guys are thinking right now, like, who? Carly? Carly Rae Jepsen? No, not Call Me Maybe Carly Rae Jepsen. We're talking about Carly Simon. And she probably is most well known for the song Nobody Does It Better, which is the theme song for the James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. Now, that's the Carly Simon we're talking about. Well, she also sang a song called Safe and Sound, which talks about how crazy the world that we live in is actually really crazy. That's the truth. We live in a crazy, crazy world. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, So listen closer to the lyrics, and she points out some of the ironies that we face every day and that we don't even notice. That's the truth. Things happen all the time, and people just don't notice them. So once again, here's Carly Simon with Safe and Sound. That was Carly Simon with Safe and Sound. And coming up on today's show, it's Thursday, so that means Eugene will be here for Poppin' News. And today's news is going to be, somewhat of a serious social issue twist. So if you guys want to find out what's going to happen, you got to stay tuned. Do not change that dial. So all you Chuseok Day 2 special home chillaxing people out there in the world, actually in Korea, of course, stay tuned to find out what's going on in Poppin' News. Alrighty, well, to get into the next song, we were checking our systems. And to be honest, it's hard to find songs with the word safe in them. So we're going to use some variations on the word safe, such as safety, save, and whatnot. Now, our next song is called Safety Dance, and it's by a group called Men Without Hats. And I just thought all y'all thinking, because when I first saw this, and I was like, what? There's a group called Men Without Hats? I never heard that group before. But if you're in the mid, 20s or older, guess what? You probably have. You just never heard what the song was actually called. But again, what is up with the band's name? Men Without Hats. Who actually comes up with these names? The band members? The record labels? Nobody knows. To be honest, when I first started off in the group, Fly to the Sky, I'll be honest, I'm laid out flat for y'all. I didn't come up with that name. Think about it. I was against that name when it first came out. The record label was like, okay, your name going to be Fly to the Sky. And I said, okay, peace, see you later. I couldn't already sign the contract. So I said, all right, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Fly to the Sky. But I was embarrassed to tell my friends back at home. My friends call me like, so what's your group name? I'm like, Fly to the Sky. What's your group name? I mumbled it a little bit. And then third time, like, what's your group name? My mom even asked me, she goes, 그룹 이름 뭐야? I was like, Fly to the Sky. And my mom goes, 뭐야, 뽀뽀뽀도 아니고, because it sounds like a little kid's program. Hi, kids, and welcome to Fly to the Sky. So I was so against the group name. But you know what? It got us far. Me and Juani are doing our thing, solo careers, group careers, doing radio. That's where I am right now. Fly to the Sky, our group name. And look at that. I didn't even know it was written in the script. I just winged it right now. Yes, I did not like our group name. Please don't judge me, y'all. Don't be like, Brian, you shouldn't hate your group name. But I wasn't an artist back then. I was just preparing. And when the group tells you, or the company tells you, what do you want to do for your group name? And we come up with all these different names, and the record labels goes, no, your name is Fly to the Sky. I thought it was the end of the world for me. Anyways, we were talking about Men Without Hats. It's a weird name as well. I'm pretty sure the group came up with that name. But check it out. This is a song by Men Without Hats called Safety Dance. That was Men Without Hats with Safety Dance. Now it's time for the final song for the first half of our show, and it comes from Eagle Eye Cherry. Now, Eagle Eye Cherry is not the name of the band like most people are thinking right now. In fact, it's the name of the singer who hails from Sweden. Now, most people thought it was the band name, but actually, his legal name is Eagle Eye Cherry. Yes, I don't know if I sound like I'm from Sweden, but and he's best known for a song that we're all about to play right now called Save Tonight, which is one of the hits that even made a huge hit in the U.S. market and the world stage as well. But this is a shame because in Sweden, he's been very popular, and he had 6 albums, and 3 of them were in the Sweden Top 100 chart. 2 of those albums were top 10, and he's a pretty handsome dude. But we haven't heard from him since that song. I don't know any other song by Eagle Eye Cherry, and to be honest, I forgot his name. So check out the song. If you guys like him, look up his other songs. Pretty cool dude. Check it out. This is Eagle Eye Cherry with Save Tonight. Welcome back to What's Poppin', and right now we got our go-to guy for Thursdays for Poppin' News. We got Eugene Wong.
What's up, Brian?
I got all pumped, and you're all mellowed
What's
out.
up, Brian? How
there
you doing?
You go. It is the second day of Chuseok, and Eugene is here.
Yes, I am. And
yes.
We got some pretty good news today. Actually, before we get into that, I wanted to talk more about playing basketball with JYP. That is awesome.
Yeah, we played basketball because, like he says in his Twitter message earlier, he says, I'm a celebrity. But that's our job title. If you break it down, we're just humans.
That is true. My wife is a huge JYP fan, actually. And
JYP. Yes.
I do also know a friend in New York, or actually now he's in Washington. He once played basketball with JYP in New York.
He could have, because JYP used to play basketball in Connecticut. Okay. And Connecticut is close to New York, so.
All right. Well, this guy, he is a famous blogger named The Korean from Ask a Korean. So, he's my friend, and he also hangs out with JYP from time to time, he said.
Is he Korean American, or?
He is Korean American, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, he's a very famous blogger. But let's get into today's news.
Yes, yes, sir.
We got some pretty heavy stuff in today's news, and it's not supposed to be totally funny, but I mean, we could definitely talk a lot about it. So first one, this is the less serious one. This comes out of Hawaii. Oh, and it's from the website called orange.co.uk is where the story comes from. So there was this woman, she was pulled over by the police. What's the first thing that the police usually do when they pull you over?
License and registration, please.
Yes, they asked for your license and registration. So she gave her license, and there was a problem because the license didn't match her actual name. The reason why is because her name is 35 letters long.
Okay.
And the license can only hold 34 letters. So her name is 로켈라니 케이 하나 이쿠 카우아 카히 훌리 해 에카 하우나 엘레.
Oh my goodness. Is that a Hawaiian name?
That is a Hawaiian name. Oh, her first name is Janice.
What? That can't even fit. When you travel, you have to write like international forms for arrival and departure.
Right.
That's not going to even fit on there either.
It probably will not. But yes, this has been a problem. She actually did not have this name at birth. What happened was she got married to a Hawaiian man. Or a native Hawaiian person about 20 years ago in like 1992, and then she adopted that name. It apparently does mean something. It says, I think she said it was meaning that when there is chaos and confusion, you are the one that will stand up and get people to focus in one direction and come out of the chaos. So
wow,
it's a really big name. Yes, but the problem was the police officer was giving her problems about the license, saying it doesn't match her real name because she also has a Hawaii ID card, which does have the 35 letters. So he's like, how come it's spelled differently on both of these? Is this one fake?
Is it spelled differently or just the last letter missing?
It's the last letter missing. So
oh my gosh, cop dude.
Yeah, that's
relax.
Obviously, like if you were going to make a fake ID, you wouldn't put a 35 letter name on it.
And you wouldn't use almost exact name either.
Exactly. It would be something like Janice Smith. I mean, come on. If you're going to make a fake ID, just go with something simple, right? But anyway, she actually decided that she was going to, complain to the state and say, you got to change this because I don't want to have problems every time I get pulled over by the police for like having a fake ID. And in order for them to change that, they have to change, the driver's license machines all over the country. And they said, it's going to take 2 years. They're kind of like, dragging their feet on it or dragging their knuckles.
Okay.
So it's kind of unfair because a lot of people from the native community in Hawaii were saying that, this is another example of the imperialistic United States, trampling on our rights. We should be able to name ourselves whatever we want. Exactly. And if you look at also in, I think Korea also has this problem where you can only put like 4 or 5 characters on any card,
Really?
Yeah. Like in my case, I used to have this credit card and if you write it in Hangul, like Hwang Yujin, that will fit, right? But they make me write it out in how it is in my passport. So I became Eugene Hu. That's it. WHO. Because
really?
Yes.
I've never had that problem with IDs here.
Yeah, your name's short. Brian Ju, right? So,
no, Brian, and then my Korean middle name.
Ah, right.
And then Ju. So I have to write that full.
Okay, well, it might have been just the company I was using several years ago. But
yeah, because my middle name is, let's see, so 7 letters. So 5, 7, and then 3. That's long too.
That's 15. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, it's different from company to company, I suppose. But yes, there are some places that have this problem. On IDs, generally, it's not a problem. But, if you get those little, discount cards or whatever, then they might have the problem. But let's move on to the more serious news. This is
serious news.
Yes, this comes from New York. NewYorkDailyNews.com. And what do you think about the Miss America competition?
After 7th grade, I never watched that.
Okay. So. But generally, you have an idea about Miss America.
I know what it is.
She's very beautiful, and
here she comes, Miss America.
Yes, has that song, of course. And generally, she's dubbed the most beautiful woman in the country. I suppose.
think more like an overall beautiful, wise,
smart, intelligent. Yes. Okay. Well, not yesterday. This was several days ago. There was a woman. Her name is Nina Davuluri, Miss New York.
Okay.
She is of Indian descent. Okay, and she became Miss America. She won the competition, so she's the first Indian American to be crowned Miss America.
Awesome.
Which is really good. But right after that, all these people came on Twitter and they were saying stuff like, so I'm going to read the tweets here. How the heck does a foreigner win Miss America? She's an Arab. #
What?
Idiots. Another one. If you're # Miss America, you should have to be American. And then the third one, this one's really bad. 9/11 was 4 days ago and she gets Miss America? I mean, that's just really wrong.
Because of her ethnicity?
Because of her ethnicity. And also, these, not only is it like wrong to assume that brown-skinned people are terrorists, which is obviously not true for all of them. Just because she's from India, they're not calling her an Arab. I mean, that's like a totally different part of the world.
She's from India, but is she?
She's American. She's a U.S. citizen.
Then she's an American.
Of course, I totally agree with you. Like all these people that say that's just wrong, and it's really sad that even though we've made lots of strides in the terms of civil rights, it seems that we still have a long way to go, and this is just really sad. And other people were saying stuff like. There was one person who said that if she's like Miss 7-Eleven or Miss Al Qaeda and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It's really ridiculous. Actually, about her, she responded to the criticism. She said, I've always viewed myself first and foremost an American, and this is just something that I have to get through. I'm happy this organization has embraced diversity, and I'm thankful there are children watching at home who can finally relate to a new Miss America that isn't like, all the previous ones, right?
Oh gosh, all I gotta say, the world is cray-cray.
That is true.
Yes.
And also there was another company that we'll say the conservative station on cable. I can't say their name, but one of the people there said that Miss Kansas should have won. Miss Kansas was a blonde-haired woman who served in the army and whose hobbies enjoy hunting and fishing and shooting her guns and bows and arrows. And he said, the liberal Miss America judges won't say this, but Miss Kansas lost because she actually represents American values. So,
how do you actually lose because of that reason? That's oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just people are making a big fuss out of.
See those people, all you people critiquing all this and saying that someone should have won, this person should have won, this person should have. You need to just shut your mouths because guess what? It's not up to you.
Exactly.
It's up to the judges, and also, it's 2013, y'all.
Yeah.
Racism, prejudice, all that stuff's out the door. It's so diverse world.
One thing though, that competition, the first black person to win it, that was in 1984, I believe. No, 1983. It was Vanessa Williams. That was
the singer.
but it's been around since 1921.
Okay, was there racist comments towards her too? Probably.
Of course.
But of course, Twitter and all that stuff wasn't around back then.
It wasn't around back then. But basically, I mean, this is just really sad, and I think we can. One thing that is good though that we can get some hope from is that there were a lot of people who had a counter message on Twitter that's saying, to everybody who's criticizing her for her race, you guys need to grow up and realize that America is about lots of people coming together. So I am happy for that.
Where's the love in the world today?
Yes,
we
indeed.
need to heal our hearts.
Yes,
heal and our souls. Michael Jackson always says, he goes, heal the world, make it a better place.
For you and for me and the entire human race.
Hi, I'm Michael Jackson. And that's a song set up right now. This is Mr. Michael Jackson with Heal the World. Once again, that was Michael Jackson with Heal the World. It's a great song, and it suited the story that we just previously talked about.
I agree. I really like that song. When I first heard it, I was like, wait, this is Michael Jackson? Because it was like in 1993 after he had kind of waned in popularity a bit. So, good song. Great
song, great lyrics, great artist. Yes.
We miss you, Michael. Anyway, let's get on to the next piece of news. This is not as serious. This is something a little bit more funny that we usually talk about it. Have you ever seen an elk before? Do you know what an elk is?
Of course.
What is an elk? Can you describe it?
It's an animal.
Yes.
With 4 legs. Mm-hmm. And it kind of looks deerish, I would say.
Yeah, deerish and moose-ish, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there is a problem in Sweden right now. This is coming from the Huffington Post. Mm-hmm. It says that Sweden could benefit from a chapter of Alcoholics Anonymous. Not alcoholics, alcoholics. Because they have a problem with drunk elk.
What?
Yeah, the elk are drunk.
So these animals are getting intoxicated.
Yes, they get intoxicated.
How?
There's one case where a man had to call the police because there were 5 inebriated elk blocking the door to his house. So you'd wonder, like, when I first read the story, I was like, so these elk, they're breaking into beer factories and drinking the beer or something? I mean, how can the elk get drunk?
Yeah, how can they?
Well, there's a problem where, like, if you have apple trees near your house, right? Mm-hmm. And, during this time, the apples fall out of the tree. Okay. And then they rot. Or they get kind of fermented.
So there's like alcoholic stuff formed into the apples.
Right. And for humans, if we were to eat the rotten apple, why would you do that?
Sick.
No, you wouldn't really get sick, but you're
not going to get drunk.
No, because we have some different enzyme that would break that down. But the elk they don't have a history of drinking alcohol ever. So even little small trace amounts of fermented rotten apple will get them drunk. So this has happened many times before. There was one time when one police officer who was questioned, he said that there was an elk that actually got in a fight with a swing set. So it's pretty funny. But this is a problem. So watch out if you're in Sweden and you have any rotten fruit. The elk might become belligerent.
Alrighty. With that said, we got to play the last song for you guys right now. And since we're talking about fruit, what's a fruit? What comes to mind when fruit comes to mind?
Fruit's very sweet.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the last song for you guys set up right now is called Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World. And we'll be back tomorrow with our open studio. This is Brian Ju and
Eugene Huang.
signing off. Peace.